Told him I was just taking out the garbage. Where you been?
Shit, man, I've been taking care of these motherfuckers.
Oh, damn.
Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house. Mine. You better believe it, cause today won't be your day. I can guarantee it, you should turn and walk away and get to leaving, or I'll let this 12 gauge do all my speaking. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. And all I see is red, boy. I told you not to cross that line. I'm giving you a chance, boy.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to UltimateDirtTV. Tonight on the program, round number 2 of the teams racing. It is the House of Speed 3D Racing versus the Mud Duck Racing Super Late Models. Tonight we come to the Limaland Motorsports Park. Brett will join alongside Matt Bailey. And Matt, well, we get into the Cruisecraft Corner qualifying to see who will take out the QuickTime Award. Coming up from Volusia last week, where it was Ryan Underwood who got the win. Limaland tonight. A tight little ball ring. Looking forward to round number 2, buddy.
Yeah, exactly right, mate. It's going to be weaponry. And good afternoon, race fans. It's going to be a cracking show here tonight at Limaland. We fresh off Volusia last week as well for round number 1. And what an event that was. Okay. Tonight we come to Limaland. It's all about tonight. This is what it comes down to, qualifying out on the speedway. Right now, they've got about just over a minute or so left in qualifying tonight here at Limaland. Brett, if we can get the times up and see who's got quick time so far.
Yeah, I could do that while I'm starting to rattle off, of course, the sponsors that help make this possible. Of course, House of Speed, the title sponsor. Of course, helping out with the broadcast and stuff like that. The Majula C Setup Shop. Qualifying sponsors who will take out the Cruise Craft Corner QuickTime Award tonight. Of course, heat race sponsors are brought to you by Just Blaze Designs, followed by the A main sponsor, which happens to be Seba Racing. And of course, Cody Seba does a wonderful job in making the videos, promo videos. He makes all sorts of things. He knows, he's got everything to cater to your needs. Of course, 14, make that 15 cars signed in to the pit area for tonight. And again, over the 6 weeks, of course, the team payouts, an individual payout, they're going to pay out, and plus a weekly payout for the winner for the A main. In fact, the top 3 payout, totaling up a payout of just a little over $600 over 6 weeks. Of course, Ryan Underwood got the win last week from Dylan Hauser, and Cody Seba grabbed the final spot on the podium. Ryan Underwood, Matt, quick time, as you can see, with a 12.221, followed by Dylan Hauser with a 12.251. Eric Keller, Ben Catamarsh, and AJ Cruz. They round out your top 5.
Well, cracking into the low 12-second bracket. Nothing you would expect to see less with the super late models here at Limaland Motorsports Park, and it's going to be a cracker. They've got about 15 seconds to go before the qualifying session ends, and then we go into heat racing for tonight. We got one car still out on the speedway. I think that's Ryan Underwood, just running some laps in the 46 car. And let's see what happens as qualifying rolls over, race fans. It's time to go heat racing here at Limaland, and Ryan Underwood goes quick time, 12.221. Dylan Hauser, Eric Keller, Ben Catamarsh, AJ Cruz, your top 5. It's pretty evenly spread out across the board as well, too, Brett, with Mud Duck and 3D Racing in qualifying tonight. Yeah,
to be honest, I'm not surprised. Again, you've got 8 drivers from Mud Duck Racing, 8 drivers from 3D Racing. Of course, we're going to poll up on our Facebook page who's going to win tonight between the Mud Duck Racing guys and the 3D Racing. But right now, the first of 2 heat races on the program. And we'll take a look at your starting grid. Driving the 46 for Victory Lane Racing and also Mud Duck Racing, Ryan Underwood will start from position number 1. Eric Keller lines up the 3D Racing number 1 from position number 2.
It's a Mud Duck Racing second row. AJ Cruz in the 57 will start from 3 into his outside, the 81 of Joey Lamb.
And you go back to another Mud Duck Racing entry. It's the 30 of Michael Spengler. He'll start position number 5. To the outside, the 19 of Shane Kelly starts position number 6.
Then we go back to row number 4. Caleb Ramsey will start the 13 car from position 7 for Mud Duck Racing. And Todd Froelich for 3D Racing will start the 25 from position number 8.
So 6 out of the 8 happen to be from Mud Duck Racing. Just 2 drivers from 3D Racing. Well, Matt, they got their work cut out for them, but I'll tell you what, come the next heat, the shoe's going to be on the other foot for the Mud Duck Racing guys.
Exactly right. The pace car lights are out, race fans. Heat race number 1. Proudly brought to you by Just Blaze Designs. We are set to go racing. Underwood and Eric Keller on the front row. We are green.
Well, I'm not surprised to see Ryan Underwood to go straight to the top side into turn 1 and 2. Eric Keller runs in second position. Then you go back to AJ Cruz. It was pretty good last week. Probably just unlucky to miss out on the pony, but right now, solid run on the opening lap for heat race number 1.
Down at the main straightaway they go into, the back straight into 3 and 4 this time here at Limaland Motorsports Park. Down the main straight they run into 1 and 2. Ryan Underwood is your race leader. Keller still back down in the second spot in the 1 machine. Then we go back to Cruz in the 57. That is the black, white, blue and pink machine on the top side of the speedway. There's a couple of blue and pink cars out there tonight as well. One supporting the Breast Cancer Foundation as well. The 30 car of Michael Spengler out there on the speedway tonight as well. We're kicking over to lap number 5, Brett, of 12.
Yeah, 1/3 of the race distance complete here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. Round number 2 of the House of Speed, 3D Racing versus Mud Duck Racing. And there goes Michael Spengler. He's going to get turned around, and probably a good opportunity to take a look at our first Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. And although we caught it live, it will give us another opportunity to see how Michael Spengler in the 30 car did go around. And well, just catching Joey Lamb, just catching the back end of the 30 machine. And well, he done well to not stop that car. So we can't actually use what we want to use just yet, Matt.
No, exactly right, mate. Exactly. So I tell you what, though, Todd Froelich in the aggressive number 25 car was very lucky to miss the tail end of that as well, going into turn number 3 and 4. Your race leader, Ryan Underwood, setting the pace around the racetrack at the moment. The yellow lights should be going out, and we'll let them loose once again for the remainder of heat race number 1. Keller still back there in the second spot. Then you go back to AJ Cruz in position number 3. We are set. Not yet. The yellow light still on.
No, you just got juked. You got juked by Ryan. You got juked by Ryan Underwood. Imagine that.
Wonder what he'll have to say about that if we interview him later. It's like, oh, you know what? You juked Matt Bailey earlier.
Yeah. You just got. Got.
Exactly. Pretty much so.
Yeah, you got Matt. Well, yeah. Field does double up this time and this time set for a restart here. Heat race number 2, 9 down, 3 to run. Here, heat race number 1, sorry. I think I just said heat number 2. Underwood into the wall, Keller on the inside. Kelly, a new race leader. And Eric Keller, well, Ryan Underwood, hey, let me tell you, mate, the wall doesn't move.
Exactly right. Down the main straight, they run side by side in 1 and 2. Slide job from Underwood to take the race lead back. Down the back straightaway they run. Here comes Keller into the inside of turn number 3 and 4. Oh, it's going to be Underwood with a power down to the race car. Down to 1 and 2. Once again, the white flag flies for heat race number 1 for the final time. Down the back straightaway into turns number 3 and 4. Underwood protecting the inside line, and he'll collect the victory in heat race number 1. No surprises there, though. Eric Keller home in the second spot, and AJ Cruz a strong finishing 3rd position. I think he just went upside down there too, Brett. I think he just could the 57 go up and over.
Ah, AJ Cruz, what a silly saucer-gee.
Yes. Results coming up for heat race number 1, and there it is. Underwood, Keller, Cruz, your top 3. Kelly, Froelich, Ramsey, Lamb, and Spengler will round out your 8 cars. Time to take a look at heat race number 2. And on the pole position will be the 3D Racing number 2 of Dylan Houser to his outside, the Mud Duck Racing number 12 of Ben Countermarsh.
Then we go to 3D Racing's Cody Sieben, the 357. He'll roll off for position number 3 to the outside. Teammate driving the 7R, that is Cole Rhodes, position number 4.
CJ Phillips will start the 6 car from 5 to his outside. The Drew Hopkins Racing 157 for Mud Duck Racing, that is Drew Hopkins.
Then we go to your 4th and final road to the inside. Driving the B14 there for 3D Racing, that is Brian Wax. Into the outside, driving car number 29 for 3D Racing, that is Scott Dobbs. How cool are these cameras?
I know, it's awesome, isn't it?
I fall in love with these cameras every time.
Yeah, we get some good shots here at Limaland. Pretty cool little speedway as well. Seen some real racing here as well with 410 sprint cars. And I tell you what, it's not a track that disappoints. So we are set to go for heat race number 2. Dylan Houser on the front row. The House of Speed. Tack 3 defense. Number 2 machine jumps on the front pedal. We're green.
Well, just like we've seen in the opening heat race and the start of heat race number 1, your pole sitter. This time it's Dylan Houser. Getting a good start. Then you go back to Ben Countermarsh, Cody Seaber. They'll go wheel to wheel through turn number 3 and 4. Ben Countermarsh, he has the 2nd position. Again, a couple of drivers going through the middle. Drivers working upstairs. You've got a big slide job by Brian Wax and Scott Dobbs. And I think we're about to go yellow.
I think so, or not. I think the drivers got out just in time. So, let's see what happens, though. No yellow flag thrown. We are still under the green lights here at Limaland Motorsports Park as Dylan Houser is your race leader. Brian Wax still down there in the 7th position at the moment. Countermarsh holding it down in 2nd. Then we go back to Sieber in position number 3 at the moment. Currently under siege from Cole Rhodes in the 7R machine. Down to 1 and 2 again. Down the back straight they run. Into turn number 3 and 4. 1/3 of the distance gone, Brett. We've still got a few laps left to go.
Now closing in on half race distance. Meanwhile, Ben Callamash closes in on your race leader of Dylan Houser. A good battle on between Cody Sieber, who is holding on to position number 3 from Cole Rhodes. Here comes Callamash. Cross flag sticks around 6 down, 6 to run. What has Callamash got for the 2 of Dylan Houser? We work into corners number 3 and 4 this time by.
Out of turn number 4, Hauser running the cushion on the top side of the speedway as well in turn number 3. Does it again in 1 and 2. The fast way around the speedway at the moment. Down the back straight they run into turn number 3 and 4. How exciting these late models, Brett. They're such a cool class, and we've seen them in real life and here on iRacing as well.
They are a phenomenal class and a phenomenal division to watch. 3 to run. Here comes Cole Rhodes looking to put a slide job there on Cody Sieber. Cody Sieber grabs too much of the cushion in turns number 3 and 4. Back up front. Working 2 to go this time by 4. The number 2 machine of Dylan Houser. But Ben Callamash all over the back. And Callamash just makes a little bobble on the exit of turn number 2. A lap and a half to go. Matt, for your race leader, Dylan Houser.
Down the back straight he runs into turn number 3 and 4. What a run for this guy tonight as well. He's going to be looking at least a front row start in tonight's A-Main. Down the back straight he runs into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. Into corners number 3 and 4 this time by. And Dylan Houser will take the win in heat race number 2. Callamash in 2. Then we go back to Cody Sieber in the 357 car, home in position number 3. Currently your results unofficial until we take a look at your results for this heat race. Final heat race of the night, though, for heat race number 2. There it is. Dylan Houser, Ben Callamash, Cody Sieber, Cole Rhodes. Then we go back to CJ Phillips, Drew Hopkins, Brian Wax, and Scott Dobbs. These guys are going to be taking a quick warm-up session. We'll take a quick moment to step aside, and we'll come back on the other side with your 75-lap A-Main.
And we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV coverage of round number 2 of the House of Speed 3D Racing versus the Mud Duck Racing Super Late Models. Round number 2 here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. Brett Wheeler joined alongside Matt Bailey. We get set for tonight's 75 lap main event. We're inside the final minute of the warm-up session. Of course, sponsors that help make this possible. Of course, House of Speed for being the title sponsor, the UltimateDirtTV Speed Shop for allowing us here at Ultimate Dirt TV to broadcast this wonderful event. Of course, tonight's Cruise Craft Corner qualifying award went to Ryan Underwood. And of course, Heat Race sponsors by Just Blaze Designs went to Ryan Underwood and Dylan Hauser. Looking forward to that front row after those drivers having a great battle last week at the Volusia Speedway Park. Of course, tonight's A-Main brought to you by Seba Racing Media. Don't forget to check them out on all the social media pages and keep up to date with the people that support Sim Racing. Again, weekly payouts for your top 3, $25 for first, $10 for second, and $5 for third. Last week, Ryan Underwood pocketed $25, Dylan Hauser pocketed $10, and Cody Seba, he pocketed $5. Of course, the team payout at the end of the 6 weeks with the drop week is going to get paid $230 to that team, whether it be 3D Racing or Mud Duck Racing. And then the individual champion top 5 will also get paid $100 for first, $20 for second, $30 for third, $20 for fourth and fifth. We get set for your Ultimate Dirt TV starter grid as we take a look at your 16 starters for tonight's main event, Matt.
And starting from position number 16 with a 29 car for 3D Racing, that is Scott Dobbs. To his inside from position 15, the 30 machine. From Mud Duck Racing, that is Michael Spengler.
Driving the B14 from position number 14 for 3D Racing, that is Brian Wax. To the inside for Mud Duck Racing, the 81, it's Joey Lamb.
Position number 12 for Drew Hopkins Racing, Mud Duck Racing, 157, that is Drew Hopkins. Position number 11 to his inside, the Mud Duck Racing number 13, that is Caleb Ramsey.
And then we go to your top 10. Starting position number 10 for 3D Racing, he pilots car number 6. It's CJ Phillips. To the inside teammate, it's the 25 of Todd Frolick out of position number 9.
Position number 8 with a 7 machine for 3D Racing, that is Cole Rose. To his inside, position number 7, the Mud Duck Racing number 19, Shane Kelly.
Row 3 to the outside for 3D Racing, it's Cody Siever. Position number 6 to the inside, AJ Cruz for Mud Duck Racing starts position number 5.
Position number 4, outside row number 2 with a Mud Duck Racing number 12 machine of Ben Countermarsh. To his inside, the 1 machine of for 3D Racing, Eric Keller.
And your front row for tonight's main event for 75 laps for 3D Racing, it's Dylan Hauser. And to the inside for Mud Duck Racing, Ryan Underwood. Ladies and gentlemen, round number 2, the House of Speed 3D Racing versus Mud Duck Racing main event is underway, Matt.
Down into corners number 1 and 2 for the first time. Dylan Hauser didn't have the best of starts there. Going to turns number 1 and 2, spun the wheels big time. Into corners number 3 and 4 for the first time though. And Dylan Hauser, he's got a lot of speed in that car right now. All sorts of tight. In turns 1 and 2, had to jump on the binders. Into corners number 3 and 4, Ryan Underwood will lead the second lap in 75 lap ahead tonight, Brett.
Oh, look, a couple of cars coming together. Got black and green cars. Oh, Drew Hopkins goes around. He keeps it going. We're going to stay green. So lap number 3 is about to be in the books. Here comes AJ Cruz. He got by and got around the outside of the 19 of Shane Kelly. Now Ben Countermarsh. He slipped back outside the top 5. Now back inside the top 5 as we work through turns number 3 and 4. That is lap number 4 of 75 complete. 71 to go. And here comes Hauser all over the back of Underwood.
Down into corners number 3 and 4 this time by race fans. Down the main straight, 70 laps to go. There is a long way to go around this racetrack, and it's going to get even more slick on the top side as well. You can see where that cushion is. It's going to thin out big time as well over the course of the next 69 laps here right now, race fans.
Ryan Underwood looking to double up after last week's opening win at Volusia. 1 car slowing that bottom in the 6 of CJ Phillips, Countermarsh, and the 25 of Todd Frolick. Frolick to the inside. Cruz working the bottom side, the top side. And then you go back to Cody Seaver. He's also rolling the bottom side. A couple of different lines developing already, Matt. And this is what we love to see. Although it's going to be a question of the racetrack later on because you've got very raceable racetrack with a top and a bottom early on.
Exactly right. Into corners number 3 and 4. Let's see what happens with the racetrack as the race goes on. Down the main straight they run. Look at Todd Froelich. Absolutely. Consider the amount of torque in that race car. Just picks up the front left wheel. Down the back straight into corners number 3 and 4. Runs the bottom side of the speedway as well. Down the main straight they run. Froelich still on the bottom. Countermarsh still trying to run the middle part of the speedway. Gains a little bit of ground there. Down the back straight they run. Wheel to wheel into turn number 3.
Now the 57 of AJ Cruz. He's now fallen back to position number 9. Still watching Todd Froelich in the 25. The 12 of Ben Calamas. Back to the outside. 12 laps in as we cross the start-finish line. Still 63 to go. And a whole lot of racing here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. Cody Sieber going back to the top. Then you go back to CJ Phillips in the 6. Working on the outside of the 81 of Joey Lamb. There's AJ Cruz coming back into screen. And then you go back to Shane Kelly, who's in position number 10. Biggest movers through the field, Matt. Todd Froelich at a +3. In fact, that's Joey Lamb, sorry, at a +6. Make that +5 as CJ Phillips and Todd Froelich. They're both advanced up 3 positions as well.
Down the main straightaway they run this time by. Good racing so far for the super late models. They were nearly 3 wide. Going down the back straightaway, they're wheel to wheel into turn number 3 and 4 as well. Down the main straight they run into corners number 1 and 2 once again. Countermarsh running that little bit of a tacky line through the top part of the speedway. And we got one car around. CJ Phillips will bring out the first yellow of tonight. Bit of contact there with the 6 machine. As we'll take a look at your UltimateDirtTV instant replay for the second time tonight. Here tonight, race fans. Bit of contact there. I think that might have been either Cody Sieber or AJ Cruz. Couldn't pick out which car it was, but it was one of the blue, white, and pink machines. So CJ Phillips back under power now in the 6 machine, and he'll rejoin the back of the pack down in position number 16. So, Brett, we've still got a lot of laps left to go. What have we got now? 60 laps left to run?
At this stage, yes. I'm pretty sure caution laps don't count in the main event, but they do count during the heat races. So we'll keep an eye on it. In fact, see if we do go back to lap number 16 or whether it stays on lap number 17. Again, feature race here for tonight. And, well, Ryan Underwood. It's deja vu right now, Matt. Ryan Underwood leads Dylan Hauser and Cody Sieber is going to restart outside second row. So Eric Keller is looking to get some extra money here tonight. Although it might only be a $5 finish for running third. Matt, $5 is $5.
Exactly right, mate. Exactly right. What can you buy with $5 these days? You know, it's
yes.
a bit of candy.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's looking to go 2 for 2. Race fans, Ryan Underwood, what's he got left in the tank? He went to get me again.
Yeah, you didn't get juked that time, Matt.
No, didn't. No.
See, look, fool you once, yeah, shame on you. Fool you twice, yeah, not happening.
Exactly right. Not gonna get me again. Good try, Underwood. So as I line up in 2x2 formation, race fans, we should be set to go. This time by, the pace car is in. We are set. Time to jump back on the front pedal here at Limaland Motorsports Park. We are back to green.
They delayed that start. Not sure why.
Very odd.
Oh, they're only half a track behind. Yeah, that was they were definitely getting ready to go because the post truck was definitely in.
Oh, it definitely was. So, not sure what the geo is here. They're going racing though. Green flag is back out. And Underwood leads us back down into 1 and 2. The pace car pulls back in, which is good to see. So, no issues there. Pace car, Ryan Underwood. It's still your race leader, Dylan Hauser. Runs the top side of the speedway. Eric Keller runs the middle part of the speedway. A ballsy move as well. Brent for Eric Keller runs the middle part of the speedway in 1 and 2. And, well, we know that can cause major issues when you buzz the wheels.
Yeah, certainly can. All little tight there for Dylan Hauser. He may have had contact with the wall. Again, he tries this pursuit, trying to run down Ryan Underwood. Lap number 19 is in the book. Still plenty of laps to run. Underwood, your race leader. And you go back to Hauser and Keller. Cody Sieber right there in 4th position now. Look at Joey Lamb. Joey Lamb, Matt, he started position number 13. He has passed 8 cars en route to a top 4. And now, a top 5, I should say. Now going to look for 4th, maybe even 3rd into turn number 3 and 4.
I tell you what, the bottom side is working for him as well. How good is this? Down to a 1 and 2 once again. Just finds that little bit of a rut there in turn 1 and 2. And, well, it's all working for the 81 car of Joey Lamb right now. Down the back straight, they run into turns number 3 and 4. Cody Sieber, though, he's lost a little bit of ground in turn number 3. Last time around the speedway, into down the main straight, they run into 1 and 2. Sorry, we got the corners all mixed up now. Down the main straight, they run into 1 and 2. And still, Joey Lamb running the bottom side of the speedway. He's got a top 3 now, Brett. How good is this?
Yeah, he's at a plus 10, sitting in 3rd position, plus 9 if he goes back to position number 4. Eric Keller working the cushion. Then you go back and take a look at Cody Sieber, Ben Calamas. Those drivers trying to work the middle of the speedway. Underwood still your race leader. Car length back to Dylan Howes, but this battle on for 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then there's a gap, bit of a gap back to 7th position. But what about this 4-car battle to stay inside the top 5?
It's all on right now. How good. Down the main straight, they run once again into 1 and 2. We are yellow, yellow, yellow. Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay coming up on the screen. Bit of a hornet's nest of a pack in turns 1 and 2. And let's see what happened. Looks like contact Cruz and the 29 car of Scott Dobbs. Ouch. That was a hard hit.
Yeah, look, wall doesn't move, but you know what? You can park there.
That's true.
Oh, that's going to show you can't park there, but you can park there.
So here we go. They'll get them lined up once again on lap 28 of 75. So let's see what happens in the closing laps of tonight's main event. Still a fair way to go for these guys around this racetrack. And how about Joey Lamb? How good. The 81 machine is on the move. He's back now to the 4th position. Eric Keller will restart on his inside. What's he got left in the tank? The 81 machine of Joey Lamb. Can he go for a top 3 tonight? Or will it be looking on the inside of the speedway for a top 2? How good the camera shots with a 46 car. So cool to see. Can he go 2 for 2 this week? Got the win last week at the Volusia Speedway Park. And trying to go for round number 2 as well.
Hey, Matt.
Brad, we should be getting set to go once again.
No, just saying, November 1, international travel. November 1,
yes.
International travel.
Yes. I heard about that.
That gets me all kinds of excited.
Well, we've got, I suppose, you know what the good part is? We've got 2 international sprint car superstars coming over here for our international sprint car season here in Australia too, Brett. We've got, we've got 1 NASCAR and sprint car superstar, and we've got 1 World of Outlaws sprint car superstar.
And just saying, defending Australian midget champion, by the way.
Exactly, that is true. Yes, that should have come to my mind as well. We are back to green flag racing here at Limaland, though. Ryan Underwood is your race leader. Down to 3 and 4 this time by down the main straight. It's all a big pack of cars right now in the middle of the pack. And, well, Joey Lamb didn't have the best of restarts in the 81 machine. He's back to position number 4 right now. He's got Cody Sieber in the 357 car running the bottom side of the speedway. And Joey Lamb will be looking to get back down there very quick in that 81 car, because that's where he was best on the racetrack. He's right now running the cushion here at Limaland, down the main straight into turn number 1 and 2, Brett.
Yeah, he does not look settled up on the top side of the racetrack one bit, and of course he can't go down because the 357 of Cody Seaver is to the inside. Now he's got an opportunity to get down there. Should he need and want to go back down there? And look at that. He gets an opening and straight away you see that 81 just cut straight down to the infield tractor tyres. Seaver again working the cushion into turns number 3 and 4. What about the 3 wide panel behind him? Here comes Countermarch. Brian Wax in there as well in the B14. And then you go back to AJ Cruz in the 57. A lot of 2x2, a lot of side-by-side racing. I say 3D Racing versus Mud Duck Racing. Well, flip a coin. This is going to be tight. Not at the end of this feature, but I can't wait for the next 4 weeks of competition.
It's going to be weaponry. We got a big crash in turn number 3. CJ Phillips upside down. So too Todd Froelich. And the 19 car is in there as well. That is that is Shane Kelly, sorry, in the 19 machine. Who was also involved in that one. And this is not what you want as well. Looks like Froelich gets a little bit unsettled. He picked up the left front wheel down the back straight away, and all sorts of chaos in turn number 3. Looks like 2 cars kept it going, Shane Kelly and Todd Froelich. Unfortunately for CJ Phillips, ends up back in the virtual pit area. Got the virtual tow.
Mate, just saying,
we did happen
to put a poll up on our Facebook page. Who wins tonight, 3D Racing or Mud Duck Racing? We had 18 votes. It was pretty tight. It goes 10-8 the way of Mud Duck Racing. So people that have voted, 56% of the people have voted Mud Duck Racing, and 44% went up against 3D Racing, Matt.
Wow. It's going to be a tough call, though. Let's see what happens. I think these two on the front row are racing for opposite teams, aren't they?
Correct.
One's for... Oh,
yes.
oh.
Yeah, Mud Duck Racing.
This is what's going to make it all the interesting.
Mud Duck Racing have got Ryan Underwood. 3D Racing have got Dylan Hauser.
This is going to be very interesting.
In fact, I'll go through the list of drivers for each team, because we do have the list of drivers. So for 3D Racing, you've got Scott Dobbs, CJ Phillips, Dylan Hauser, Todd Froelich, Cody Seaver, Cole Rhodes, Eric Keller, and Brian Wax. And then, of course, for Mud Duck Racing, you've got Joey Lamb, AJ Cruz, Ben Countermarsh, Shane Kelly, Michael Spengler, Drew Hopkins, Ryan Underwood, Caleb Ramsey. And now there is an alternate for both teams should one of these drivers not make it, which happens to be Justin Norwood. He's a pretty handy late model peddler as well.
Yes, definitely a Justin Norwood. Very cool to see. So let's see what happens, though, with 35 laps in the books right now. We'll complete lap 35 now on 36 of 75 race fans. Now down to 1 and 2 once again. Down the back straight away into turn number 3 and 4. Underwood, still your race leader. What's Dylan Hauser got left in the books? As well, can he catch your race leader and take out tonight? Or will it be Cody Seaver? Your 357 car still running the top side of the speedway. Joey Lamb still on the bottom side as well in the 81 car. Not having the best of runs right now. He's back to position number 5. So mustn't have had a good restart again for the 81 machine too, Brett.
No, Joey Lamb now just starting to go backwards right in the bottom side. The top side is the preferred line at the moment, closing in right around the half race distance. Your race leader is still the 46 of Ryan Underwood, followed by Dylan Hauser. Now you've got a challenge on for third as there goes Eric Keller in the 1 machine. He was thinking about trying to go for the slider, but in 3 and 4 he just went right through the middle, and now he'll follow the 357 of Cody Seaver. So your top 3, Matt, from last week are running exactly how they are running at the moment. 40 down, 35 to go. Underwood, Hauser and Seaver.
Down to 1 and 2 once again. Down the back straight away they go. Into corners number 3 and 4. Wowee. Good racing so far tonight. Here comes Keller. Keller to the inside of Seaver. Can he make the move stick? He's got it by the inch of the race car though. Down the back straight away into 3 and 4 this time by Eric Keller. Just finds that little bit of attacky stuff there in turn number 3 and 4. Got the power down in the race car now down to 1 and 2. Cashes the tacky stuff again in the middle part of the speedway. Swings the car sideways down to 3 and 4 this time by. Gets all sorts of time for Eric Keller. And, well, Cody Seaver will still regain the 3rd position. That was a good little ding-dong battle there, Brett.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looked like Eric Keller He was going for the sludge, maybe realizing that he wasn't going to get clear, so he just stabbed the brake. And, of course, got all sorts of crossed up. And that allowed AJ Cruz and now Joey Lamb. Now, remember, Joey Lamb, you go back 20 laps ago, Matt, he was absolutely horrible on the top side. That car did not look at all comfortable. But right now, he's back on the top side. He looks a whole lot more comfortable than what we've seen 20 laps ago.
Yeah, absolutely. The 81 car belting the cushion down right now here at Limaland into corners number 3 and 4 this time by down the main straight. Joey Lamb back on the power now. What's he got left in the tank? He's coming after AJ Cruz, and that'll be for the 4th position on the speedway. Cruz, though, now catching up to Cody Sieber, and that is a battle on for 3rd. Right now into corners number 3 and 4. Races on for the lead out turn number 4. Orion Underwood still has us across the line into 1 and 2. Dylan Hauser, though, he's not giving up in the house of speed. Tack 3 defense, number 2 machine, down to 3 and 4. Wowee, this is good racing. Down the main straight into 1 and 2 once again. It's all on right now here at Limaland.
Well, I got to say, Dylan Hauser, bit of deja vu, little contact slide job into 3 and 4. 2/3 of the race distance complete. Hauser with a slide job. Underwood with a crossover. 50 down, 25 to go. Final 25 laps. And we got to this point roughly around this way. This time last week, Matt, and Dylan Hauser didn't really have an opportunity to make a pass on Ryan Underwood, and now he's not going to wait all that much longer because you've already seen him throw a big slide job, and this race for the lead might just heat up just a little bit more.
Absolutely. Let's see what happens right now. You got Hauser again trying to make the pass for the race lead. Ryan Underwood, though, has it down the back straight away into turn number 3 and 4. This time by Hauser regains that little bit of momentum right now in the 2 machine. Lost a bit of ground in 3 and 4 that time by, though. Ryan Underwood down the back straight away into 3 and 4. Wowee. How good is this? Into turn number 3 and 4. There is AJ Cruz and Cody Sieber on screen. These two guys going at it. This is for position number 3 in the speedway. And how about Eric Keller, Brad? He's back up to the 5th position. He's on a ball right now in the 1 car.
Yeah, he's he's trying to make some moves up in the 1 machine right now, sitting in 5th position, but just in front of him as we come to 20 to go. The 357 of Cody Sieber on the inside. There goes AJ Cruz in the 57, back to the outside. Cruz about lap, I want to say 15 to 20. He fell back as far as back, I want to say about 8th or 9th position. So to rally that 57, getting back up into a top 3, it's not a bad drive by AJ Cruz right now.
Absolutely. Into turn number 3 and 4. Down the main straight they run once again. AJ Cruz still holding it down in the 3rd position right now. Down the back straight they go into corners number 3 and 4. This time by. Wowee. What good racing this is. They're on lap number 59 of 75 right now. Down into corners number 3 and 4 this time by Keller. Still holding it down in a position number 5 at the moment, and racing for the 4th position with Cody Sieber.
Yes, Sieber again, that 357 on the top side of the racetrack. Eric Keller down to the bottom. Meanwhile, Ryan Underwood, he's pulled out over a 1.5 second gap from Dylan Hauser. But Matt, we like to say it every time, lap traffic, it's going to play a part. And right now, Ryan Underwood, he puts the B14 of Brian Wax and the 30 machine of Michael Spengler. He puts them a lap down, so as Ryan Underwood continues to work lap traffic, we've just got 13 laps remaining in this main event, and we're only a lap away from what is a heat race distance of being completed.
Absolutely. Into corners number 3 and 4 right now. We look back in the pack. There's Cole Rhodes in the 7R machine, fighting with Ben Countermarsh in the 12 machine. Down the back straight they run. This is a battle on for the 8th position for Ben Countermarsh, looking for position number 8 on the speedway. But, well, it's all on right now. Ryan Underwood in heavy lap traffic.
Well, he's just starting to work his way and carve his way through the field. He's already getting ready to come up to Shane Kelly in the 19 machine, working on just 10 circuits to go here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. There's Dylan Hauser. It's now down to a 1.3, making a 1.4 second gap. So over the past sort of 5 or 6 laps, Ryan Underwood, he's lost a bit of time back to Dylan Hauser, but I gotta say, unless we see a caution, I really can't see Ryan Underwood losing this race, Matt.
Absolutely. Into corners number 3 and 4 this time by down the main straightaway, ladies and gentlemen. They've got 8 laps left to go. Down to corners number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway they go. Shane Kelly off the pace in the 19 car. Down to turns 3 and 4. This time by, there is the B14 machine on screen. Then we go back to position 5. Looking through some cars. There is Ryan Underwood looking to put the 13 machine a lap down. That is Caleb Ramsey. That is for position number 10 as well. Down to corners number 1 and 2. Hauser. He's closed that gap in. The gap is narrowing down big time right now. Into corners number 3 and 4. Underwood on the main straightaway. Hauser just coming down the main straight right now in the 2 machine. Down to 1 and 2. Down the back straight now. They've got 5 laps left to go, Brett, here at Limaland Motorsports Park.
Well, 4 to go for Ryan Underwood. And what is looking like another $25 in the back pocket. It would make it 2 wins and $50, and would also be well on his way to trying to claim the extra $100 for the individual championship. Working 2.5 to go. Ryan Underwood, your race leader. The gap is now out to near 3 seconds, Matt. And Ryan Underwood, he's just absolutely put in a dominating display here at Limaland. The popsicle sticks are out 2 to run.
Down to 1 and 2 they go. Down the back straightaway. Into corners number 3 and 4 though. Underwood running the cushion like a boss. Down to turn number 4. Down to turns number 1 and 2 for the final time. Ryan Underwood going 2 for 2 over the course of the start of the season here for the 3D versus Mud Duck Racing Super Late Model Series, and Underwood takes the win over Dylan Hauser and AJ Cruz. Home in position number 3. What a run. Good racing here tonight for the Super Late Models here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. And wow, I must say, Brett, very fantastic. This is pretty awesome stuff here tonight from the Late Models.
What do you expect? You got 16 very, very talented race car drivers from Mud Duck Racing and 3D Racing. And when the opportunity presented itself, and when they came to us here at UltimateDirtTV, we just knew that we had to make time for this, because you got these 2 wonderful teams putting on an absolute spectacle. 3 cautions, I want to say, over the course of this 75-lap feature, and we just went probably around 40 or 45 laps. Green flag. Ryan Underwood for Mud Duck Racing doubles up on the win, followed by Dylan Hauser. He's going to double up on a back-to-back bridesmaids position for 3D Racing. AJ Cruz for Mud Duck Racing comes home 3rd. A couple of 3D Racing cars come home 4th and 5th. That's Cody Sieber and Eric Keller to round out your top 5. Drew Hopkins for Mud Duck Racing comes home 6th, followed by Joey Lamb in the Mud Duck Racing 81 in 7th. Cole Rhodes for 3D Racing in 8th. Ben Calamarsh and Caleb Ramsey for Mud Duck Racing come home in 9th and 10th position, followed by CJ Phillips, Brian Wax for 3D Racing, Shane Kelly, Michael Spengler for Mud Duck Racing 13th and 14th, and Todd Frolick and Scott Dobbs for 3D Racing home in positions number 15 and 16. Matt, we're going to change it up. I'm going to let you talk to our winner here this evening, and he drives the number 46 machine of Ryan Underwood.
Well, standing down here at Victory Lane with Ryan Underwood. And Ryan, mate, another stellar performance this week. We go back to last week at Volusia. The track was sort of the same though, with how slick it was at Volusia last week. We come to Limaland this week, mate, but another stellar performance in the 46 car.
Yeah, we were fast all night. I got home late and I barely had any time to practice, so we were just trying to do little things to set up I already had built, and we were able to read the track really well throughout the whole night. That's pretty much it.
Mate, an awesome race here tonight for your team. That has some sponsors you want to thank on this race car.
Everybody at Team VLR, CI Performance, Majority Speed Shop, CFM Esports, ShopFraggy22.com, AJ Cruz, Joey, and all the guys over there at MDR, all they do for me. And I think we're really putting a good season together, and I think we'll be able to wrap up, hopefully driver points, but I think we got a really good chance for the team points.
Well, mate, well done on the win here tonight. No doubt we'll see you back here next week, mate. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Brett, we're going to go to you with our second runner in Dylan Hauser.
And we'll chat to the driver that comes home in second spot tonight. He pilots the House of Speed number 2 entry. That is Dylan Hauser. Dylan, congratulations on a second place. And, well, much like last week, buddy, probably one that slipped away from you now.
Man, I'm tired of it, but it's all good. I just got off my airplane, so swapping from rig to rig, different wheel, different computer monitor, it's tough. So I didn't even know if I was gonna make it tonight, so we'll take it. Just inconsistent. Had the fastest car, just not consistent. A lot of mistakes, but Underwood, he drove a good race. I threw a couple sliders at him, but we needed some longer green flag runs at the beginning and just get used to this wheel again. This wheel's totally different than my other wheel, so that's all.
Mate, obviously with this season, it's only a 6-week season. We're wrapped up 2 of the 6 weeks, so we've still got a month of racing to go. Teams racing, but also you guys racing for an individual championship. How much do you let the teams racing come into your own race each night?
I don't. I let them guys do what they do and just go out here and try to win the race. That's my job, to win the race. So whatever happens at the end of it, we're being consistent right now. Second, 2 weeks in a row. I feel like if I ever could get some free time and test a little more, I'm not on as much as I used to be. Everybody knows that. So I feel like if I just maybe practice on Sundays and race on Mondays, will be a lot better. I know I could. I still run with the best in the business on this game. Even coming out missing a week, I ain't raced in 7 days. So jump on here to run competitive is cool. But there's room for improvement always. And I'm gonna get to work this week, and we'll see you next week.
But anyway, look, before we let you go, of course, a lot of good sponsors on this race. Got a lot of wonderful people behind the scenes making this possible for the 2 machines to go round and round in circles. Now is an opportunity to thank those people.
Yeah, everybody at 3D. Scott, he's done a great job with the team and get me on board and all they've done for me. I thank Cody Sieber with his video production company. He does great work. My graphic guy, he does badass shit. Just everybody's part of it. I appreciate y'all, and we'll see you next week. One step higher, I promise.
All right. Well, there it is. Dylan Hauser, he's guaranteed a win next week. Matt, you're caught up with our final driver on the podium.
Standing down here with the 57 of AJ Cruz. AJ, mate, another good finishing position here this week. You had a good run last week. Obviously, not the position that you want this week, but, mate, still a good run for the 57 team.
Yeah, that was overall, I'm pretty happy with that. I got a lot of damage on I think it was lap 25 or so. I had wheel damage. So to come back up to third, man, I'm really happy with that. And to do it fairly cleanly. I think I got into Cody one time. Hated that, but overall decent night. We picked up the win, and I think we got 6 of the top 10. So that overall points night, that's pretty good.
Well, mate, an awesome run here tonight for you and your team, mate. Notice some good people behind the scenes, some good people in this race car. Mate, before I let you go, obviously just different to last week. Obviously, at Volusia coming into Limaland this week as well. What's the sort of changes that you had to make on the race car as well?
Well, here is, for me, I run a totally different setup here than I do anywhere else. I'd run it a lot looser, just so, the car turn going in on the wall, and if it does by chance go to the bottom, it'd still run on the bottom, even though I knew it won't going to run on the bottom. So yeah, it's definitely a different feel here. I don't like Limaland. It is not my favorite track by any means. So I still got a lot to learn here, and got a bunch of guys to learn from.
Mate, some obviously we'll let you go. Mate, quick sponsor shout out to Turns Bills on the 57.
Yeah, man, I'd like to thank you and Brett for doing the broadcast. I mean, y'all do an awesome job. Glad to have you. All the guys at 3D Racing, they're doing a lot behind the scenes to throw this together. So big shout outs to them. My guys at Mud Duck Racing, Jerky Dudes Beef Jerky, Cruise Craft Corner, Beehive Media, Majulisi Speed Shop, and Chris Ferguson with Fergie22.com. Thank all of them, and my wife for letting me do it. So y'all have a good night, and I appreciate it, and we'll go get them next weekend.
Well, mate, good run here tonight, mate, and congratulations on position number 3, mate. We'll see you back next week. Well done.
He's already going. He's getting ready to sign some autographs, but round number 2 is done, and 1-2 again for Ryan Underwood, Dylan Hauser, but this time third place belongs to AJ Cruz. So some more money in the back pocket for not only Ryan Underwood, but also Dylan Hauser. But now AJ Cruz finds himself pocketing 5 extra doll hairs.
Exactly right, mate. And a good racing here tonight for the super late models. And, well, race fans, it is time for us to say goodbye for now. We'll come back very soon. And we've got, I think, hopefully Steve's got all of his stuff sorted. So we should see some wingless sprint cars here very shortly on Ultimate Dirt TV. Until then, my name is Matt Bailey, and Brett Wheeler is our producer and co-commentator for tonight. We'll see you guys back here another time on Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll say good night.